For decades, Reba McEntire was country music's safest symbol. A red-haired Oklahoma girl with a powerhouse voice, a polite smile, and songs that sounded like home. But behind that familiar image lived a woman who constantly pushed against expectations. Of Nashville Sachi, of fans, of family, and even of herself. From the moment she first sang into a microphone as a child, Reba's life followed two paths at once, tradition and rebellion. One rooted in hard work, faith, and discipline. The other driven by quiet defiance and personal truth. Over time, those paths collided in moments that reshaped her career in country music itself. This is not just the story of Reba McEntire's success. It's the story of how a rodeo ranch girl survived rejection, tragedy, controversy, and heartbreak, and emerged not as the industry's good girl, but as one of its boldest and most enduring voices. Oklahoma beginnings, ranch life, and family harmony. Reba McEntire was born on March 28, 1955, in McAlester, Oklahoma, and raised on a sprawling 7,000-acre ranch in Chalky. Her father, Clark McEntire, was a champion steer roper, earning world titles in 1957, 1958, and 1961. Despite his success, the family lived modestly in a 3-room house without indoor plumbing or a telephone until Reba was in 5th grade. Life revolved around hard labor. By age 6, Reba was helping round up cattle. By 7, she was working full days before sunrise. Her mother, Jacqueline, had once dreamed of becoming a country singer herself. Though she gave that dream up, she passed music to her children during long drives to rodeos, teaching them harmony and discipline. Those car ride sing-alongs planted the seeds of Reba's career, blending music with work ethic in a way that would define her forever. The Singing McEntires, a voice. Begins to travel music became more than a family pastime when Reba and her siblings, Paike, Susie, and later Alice, formed the Singing McEntires. In 9th grade, they entered a 4-H talent show and won first place, quickly becoming local favorites. Their harmonies stood out and their performances carried a polish that belied their youth. One recording, The Ballad of John McEntire, paid tribute to their grandfather and was pressed en los Tristemuca. Only 1,000 copies, later becoming a collector's item. Reba also began singing solo, performing the national anthem at rodeo events across the region. It was at the 1974 National Finals Rodeo that her life changed forever. Country singer Red Steagall heard her sing and immediately recognized something rare. That moment, one song, one voice opened the door from rural Oklahoma to Nashville. Nashville dreams and 8 years of rejection. In March 1975, Reba and her mother packed a car and drove 670 miles to Nashville. Jacqueline left her husband and children behind, choosing to chase her daughter's dream with unwavering devotion. Nashville, however, was unforgiving. They lived in small apartments, worked odd jobs, and waited endlessly in record label lobbies. When Reba signed with Mercury Records in 1975, hope surged, but success didn't follow. Her debut single failed to chart. Albums barely registered. For years, she performed in tiny clubs for $50 a night, often borrowing money just to survive. Worse, Mercury pushed her toward a pop country sound that didn't feel authentic. Albums like Heart to Heart disappointed both Reba and her fans. By 1982, exhausted and broke, she considered quitting altogether and returning to the ranch. 8 years in Nashville had brought struggle, not stardom. The breakthrough, fighting for her sound. Everything changed in 1983 with Can't Even Get the Blues. Originally intended for another singer, Reba fought to record it herself. Against her producer's doubts, the song was added last minute to her album, Unlimited. When it hit #1 on January 8, 1983, Reba was stranded on a broken-down tour bus, celebrating her first major success on the side of the road. Soon after, she made a bold move, leaving Mercury Records for MCA. She paid to break her contract, risking everything to protect her artistic identity. At MCA, producer Jimmy Bowen gave her freedom. Albums like My Kind of Country embraced traditional sounds and became massive hits. From 1984 to 1987, Reba dominated the charts, winning CMA Female Vocalist of the Year 4 times and redefining what modern country music could sound like. Stardom and reinvention. The rise of an entertainer. As Reba's music soared, her image evolved. Gone was the simple cowgirl look. In its place came elegant drama and storytelling. Songs like Whoever's in New England blended traditional country with contemporary production, becoming blueprints for her future work. Her concerts transformed into theatrical experiences with costume changes and emotional arcs rarely seen in country music at the time. By 1987, Reba wasn't just a singer, she was an entertainer. Her HBO special Reba in Concert confirmed her superstar status. Yet beneath the glamour, she remained disciplined, controlled, and deeply private. Fame didn't erase her grounding, it sharpened it. Every reinvention was intentional, not rebellious for rebellion's sake, but driven by a desire to grow while staying true to her voice. Tragedy in the sky. Loss that changed everything. On March 16, 1991, tragedy shattered Reba's world. A plane carrying 7 of her band members and her tour manager crashed into Otay Mountain near San Diego, killing everyone on board. Reba was not on the flight. She stayed behind due to bronchitis, a decision that saved her life. The loss was devastating. Her grief found voice in the album For My Broken Heart, released just 6 months later. The title track reached #1, and the album became the first by a female country artist to go double platinum. Songs like If I Had Only Known carried raw regret and sorrow. Fans connected deeply, sensing authenticity rather than performance. Music became Reba's way of surviving the unimaginable, turning pain into connection and solidifying her status as one of country music's most emotionally powerful artists. The red dress. Cha tempa sabiko sa on September 29th, 1993, Reba stepped onto the CMA award stage wearing a red velvet gown that stunned the country music world. The plunging neckline, held together by a sheer crystal-covered panel, the dress ignited controversy overnight. 37 newspapers ran headlines about it. Fan mail exploded, some praising her boldness, others accusing her of betrayal. Nashville's conservative culture reeled. Even Reba's family was shaken. Her mother worried about the message it sent, while her father broke the tension with humor. What no one understood at the time was that the dress wasn't rebellion, it was reclamation. Reba had spent decades being safe, controlled, and contained. That night, she chose autonomy. Without intending to, she became a symbol of change, forcing country music to confront its rigid expectations of women. Television, business, and power beyond music. In 2001, Reba reinvented herself again with the sitcom Reba. Originally not written for her, the show became a massive hit, running 6 seasons and drawing millions of viewers. It tackled divorce, pregnancy, and family dysfunction with humor and heart, further expanding her audience. At the same time, Reba released chart-topping albums, toured successfully, and starred on Broadway in Annie Get Your Gun. She also proved herself a savvy businesswoman, launching fashion lines, retail partnerships, and later opening Reba's Place in Oklahoma. These ventures generated hundreds of millions of dollars. Reba was no longer just a performer, she was a brand, a leader, and a force who understood longevity better than most in the industry. Love, loss, and finding her own voice. Reba's personal life carried its own storms. Her first marriage ended as her career soared, forcing her to choose between love and ambition. Her second marriage to Narvel Blackstock lasted 26 years and built an empire, but ended in a painful divorce that cost her nearly half her fortune. Still, she rebuilt. As a mother to her son Shelby, she balanced fame with presence, turning tour buses into nurseries. In later years, Reba became increasingly outspoken, supporting LGBTQ+ rights, criticizing sexism in country radio, and refusing to stay silent even when it cost her fans an airplay. Each stand chipped away at the good girl image, revealing a woman guided not by approval but conviction. Outro, the rebel who stayed true, Reba. McEntire's legacy is not just measured in awards, sales, or headlines. It lives in courage, the courage to endure rejection, to grieve publicly, to reinvent without apology, and to speak when silence would have been safer. She began as a ranch girl, singing harmony in the backseat of a car, and became a woman who reshaped country music from the inside out. Not by shouting, but by standing firm. Reba didn't abandon tradition, she expanded it. And in doing so, she proved that strength can be graceful, rebellion can be quiet, and authenticity is the boldest act of all.